Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Grimolia, the President and CEO here at Woodland Pond at New Paltz. And I apologize for the delay today. My 11:15 meeting ran a little bit long. So here we are. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022, and this is my weekly update for a Tuesday. First and foremost, I would like to thank Sarah Hull and everyone that participated in yesterday's tree lighting. I apologize that I was unable to be there, but I did have unavoidable medical appointments for my children. These were things that had been booked significantly prior, and so I was unable to change those. And so I do appreciate Sarah pinch hitting for me yesterday. I usually like to MC that event, but I understand that it was lovely. So thank you to everyone that participated in that. And for those that have asked, yes, I'm just fine. It is just a very, very busy time of year. And I will talk a bit more about that on today's weekly address. Most importantly today, we do have continued new cases of COVID in skilled nursing. We are seeing folks that are coming off the precautions because they've completed their isolation period, and then we're seeing a new case or two every day or so. Folks continue to be mildly or moderately symptomatic. We are not seeing significant or severe illness. We are not seeing positive tests coming in staff for the most part, or visitors. I think it's just something that's out. Folks were visiting for Thanksgiving, folks are doing different activities, and we want to encourage that. So I think there's a variety of ways that people are picking COVID up. Same thing with common colds. We've got some people that, potentially have, colds at this point in time as well. So it's really just a matter of being cognizant of the folks that you're around, being aware of your symptoms. If you're feeling sick, and this goes for staff, residents, visitors, if you're feeling sick in any way, you should be refraining from being around people in the public, especially if you're trying to protect, their health. Our residents are compromised in many ways, although just about all health center residents are fully vaccinated and boosted, and the vast majority of independent living residents are. We're still contending with this virus. It's not going to go away. We're very optimistic that we're seeing that the symptomology has been much less severe than what we've seen in the past, but there's no doubt that this virus is spreading around. So we will continue to provide you the updates. We are required by New York State regulation to inform you within 24 hours of a new case in assisted living, garden view, or skilled nursing. So although we are trying to avoid this sort of Pavlovian response to notifications and emails, it's unfortunately unavoidable. So you will continue to get email notifications and notifications from us when new cases arise. But again, I think the loud and clear message here is that we're not at this point in time seeing any severe symptomology. So yes, folks have congestion or they may have a cough, but we're not seeing that severe illness. We certainly have seen no hospitalizations, certainly no death. And this has been in our most compromised population of folks because it's skilled nursing. So please just keep an eye on your symptoms and the folks that you're engaging with in public. We don't want you to stop what you're doing. Certainly masks are okay. They're not required at this point. Getting vaccinated and boosted is your number one line of defense for getting seriously ill. And so, we're going to continue to encourage that for everyone. Today, it is yucky out. So what do you do on a yucky day when the local branch office of the bank is also holding a grand reopening celebration that is catered by the Ship Lantern Inn? Well, of course, you come to that celebration. So the Ship Lantern Inn will be providing refreshments today from 2 until 4:30 in the PAC, I believe, is the timing. And this is to celebrate the grand reopening of the Sawyer Savings branch here on campus. So I'm sure you've all seen at this point that they've redone their office space. They have added safety deposit boxes. A number of their management team, the Ulster County Chamber of Commerce, will be here for a ribbon cutting today. So it's going to be a great day to beat the rainy, yucky blues and find out what it's all about with the bank and enjoy some refreshments brought to us by the Ship Lantern Inn. So that's going on this afternoon. We Also today, and this is this evening, if you're interested, we are on the agenda for the Village of New Paltz Planning Board meeting. So Tom Tango and I will be there representing Woodland Pond. This is for the approval for the last duplex that we have contemplated adding here on campus. As you know, they had some concerns about the wetland impact mitigation. We have identified those mitigation steps, and we believe that we have accomplished all that the Village Planning Board has asked of us or will require of us related to that duplex. So we are excited about getting that hopefully approved. We're not sure. We haven't been in front of the planning board since August on this particular duplex, but that is today. So I think you can tune in on Zoom if you wanted to watch, but we are 4th or 5th on the agenda. I understand from the grapevine that whoever is 4th on the agenda may take up quite a bit of the planning board time. So Tom and I are going to probably bring a book or something to do while we're waiting. So that is today. We have a lot on the agenda over the next really 2.5 to 3 weeks in terms of what we are bringing to you for holiday celebrations and calendar items. You have received a flyer that we suggested that you hang on your fridge so that you can refer to it as the next couple of weeks go on. But just this week alone, today we've got the cocktail, we've got the bank reopening today in the PAC, as I just said. We've got a dulcimer and handbell concert tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the PAC. We've got a Hudson Valley Flute Ensemble holiday concert on Thursday at 7 p.m. We've got a tuba concert at 3:30 on Friday, and the list goes on and on. So please get out your Woodland Life calendar. Make sure that you're looking at all of the different concerts and events that we have going on. It really is a plethora of items. In addition to the holiday items that we have coming for you in the next 2.5 weeks or so, we have a very important event that's being hosted by the Mental Health and Wellness Task Force on Monday, December 12th. So that's a week from yesterday at 11:15 in the PAC. This is brought to us by Compassionate Choices. This is an organization that will be presenting on legalizing medical aid in dying in New York. And it's a community conversation on that topic. So medical assistance in dying is also referred to as MAID, M-A-I-D, and Compassionate Choices and their staff and representatives will be coming to provide an update on where New York State Medical Assistance in Dying Bill Act is in the legislature. And this is a bill that would allow terminally ill individuals to request and receive medication to die peacefully in their sleep. And our note in the Woodland Life newsletter states that this has been pending in the legislature for 7 years in New York, and it's currently an option in 10 states. So if you're interested in that topic at all, please do plan on attending that, again, brought to us by the Mental Health and Wellness Task Force. That's at 11:15 on Monday. We have a couple other things that came up in the last week or so. So yesterday at the Finance Advisory Committee meeting, some questions came up about the modification of the conference room. So not to worry. One of the things that we know about Woodland Pond is when the community was constructed, it contemplated almost no office space. Many, many, many of the offices that you currently are familiar with and used to seeing us in were never initially offices. Human Resources did not have office space. The business office had very limited office space. There was certainly no office space for any kind of support or information technology. All of these things just simply were not contemplated. Gretchen's office is not an office initially. Just lots and lots of things that were never contemplated from an office space perspective. So as the years have gone on and as our staff needs and things have changed, we've needed to, create a appropriate space for staff that need to be able to do confidential work, be able to meet with people, to be able to work on a computer. And we're just simply not, constructed in that way. Fortunately, we have things like what was a very oversized conference room. For those of you that have ever done anything in that conference room, you realize that behind you to the wall is about 6 feet. Behind you to the other wall is about 10 or 12 extra feet. We've got 10 feet to the table. There's just very underutilized space in there. So that's a nice place that we can reclaim office space. We're actually going to do a combined office space addition and also storage for the PAC, which is desperately needed. And so this happens over time at Woodland Pond. These are very affordable, ways to make office space for folks that, need to have office space. And really, it's not a matter of spending any really significant money. We do this work ourselves. It's, sheetrock, maybe moving a sprinkler head. These are easy ways for us to kind of help make sure that our staff and the residents have what they need. But the existing conference room table and all of the chairs will still fit. There will be plenty of room to add chairs to your conference room table, and all of those hanging art pieces will still fit in there. So not to worry about that. Next week, you are also going to start to see, in addition to all of the things that we are offering for the residents, we are also going to be offering all of our normal holiday things for our staff. So that includes a cookie party with a gingerbread contest on Monday. And then on Thursday is our big holiday, we call it a party. It's an event where we serve lunch and dinner. We've got raffles that have been donated by our vendors. The staff really seem to appreciate that. We do a candy buffet and some kind of a contest. This year it's baby or childhood photos from Christmas time. See if you can figure out which the staff members are. And we are very much looking forward to that. As the holidays are approaching us, it will be very common for you to see any of us out of the office for days here and there. We all have a lot to do to get ready for the holidays at our homes. And so, the next couple of weeks, make sure that you're contacting staff members that you think you need to meet with so that you can make sure you're on their calendars, because there will be days that a lot of us, won't be here as we try to get ready for the end of the year and the holidays at our own homes. The last thing I'll just mention is on this Friday, which is the 9th at 10 a.m., part of our fire alarm testing that's going on this week is we will have to be setting a fire alert. So everything that can articulate, so every single sounding device will be turned on at 10 o'clock to test those at 10 o'clock on this Friday. So this does not affect the cottages, but it affects everything else. So if you have a fire alarm anywhere adjacent to you, whether you're a staff member or a resident, you will hear that be articulated or go off on Friday at 10 a.m. This is strictly a test, but it's a required test. And it's a good one because we want to make sure that our fire alarms are sounding when they need to. So as for me, I will be in the office Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week if you need me. This afternoon, I will be in and out of the Sawyer Bank reception, and I hope to see you there. Otherwise, if you need me, certainly you can try to get on my calendar or accept my open door policy, and I will see you soon. Thank you.